Hello and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Roxie, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Roxie's ability to understand and respond to her obedience commands, the corrections and motivations that we give the dogs while we're working with them, and also the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot training leash, and he's going to keep the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, leaving his left hand free to give the correction. And the correction that we give is a tug and release on the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. And Roxie's been fitted with her own personal training collar. You'll notice that Fred keeps that collar high up on her neck, right behind her ears for the most control while working her. Roxie is sitting very nicely on Fred's left-hand side, and that's where all of the obedience training is going to take place. The first command they're going to demonstrate for you is heeling, and heeling is proper walking on a leash. The command that you're going to give is Roxie heel, and you'll simply start walking, and you'll notice that Roxie has been trained to walk very nicely on your left-hand side at your pace. She should not be lagging behind on that leash, nor lunging ahead and pulling on that leash. We've also gone ahead and incorporated an automatic sit into the heeling exercise, so anytime that you're out walking with Roxie and you stop your feet, she has been trained to sit right there at your left heel position, and she should remain in that position until given praise or another command. Now the next command they're going to demonstrate for you is the stay command, and that's a hand and voice command. Use the open flat of your left palm in front of her muzzle and the one-word command to stay. Now when you're practicing your sit stays at home, you're going to start with short time increments of around 30 seconds to a minute, and upon her success to remain staying for that amount of time, you'll increase your intervals working up to a total of 3 minutes for your long sit stay. When Fred returns back, he walks all the way around, and Roxie's to remain seated throughout the entire command. Fabulous job. And they're going to go ahead and demonstrate that heel sit and stay for you again. Now if any time you're working Roxie through her commands and she does not complete them appropriately, or if she displays any inappropriate behavior such as jumping or nipping, what you would do is tell her no in a nice firm voice, followed by a tug and release on that training collar, and then you would go ahead and repeat the command. So Fred leaves Roxie in another sit stay, and this time instead of returning back to heel position, they're going to demonstrate the recall or the come on command. For this command, you're going to call Roxie in using her name. She should then get up and come directly in front of you and sit nicely. Great job. We have an exercise called the finish where she heels around the back of you, returning to your left-hand side, sitting nicely, waiting for her next command. Fabulous job, and they'll demonstrate that again for you. No. She broke command, so first words out of Fred's mouth were no. You went back and repeated the command. She must follow through. Good job. It's important that when you also are working Roxie through her commands and she's completing her commands appropriately, you let her know by giving her lots of positive reinforcement, whether you're verbally praising her and telling her good girl, or physically praising her and giving her a little pet on the head there. You want to make it fun and motivating for her to want to work through her commands. And again, it's important to let her know that she's doing them appropriately. The next command they're going to demonstrate for you is the first of our down commands, down from a heel position. Again, use the open flat of your left palm, but this time straight down towards the ground, and the one-word command to down. And then before you walk out to the end of your leash, be sure to give that stay command. And when you're practicing your long down stays at home, you want to start again at a short time increment of 30 seconds to a minute. And upon her success, you'll increase your intervals working up to a total of 5 minutes for your long down stay. You want to make sure that you're practicing your sit stays and your down stays frequently throughout the day, so that way you're helping her to build up her ability to sit stay or down stay for longer periods of time. No. Oh, she broke, so Fred's going to go back and put her in a down.
Down. Stay.
And now he'll return back. Good job, much better. It's important when Roxie first comes home that you're incorporating all of her commands into your everyday life, but you also want to make sure that you're setting aside about 10 to 15 minutes every day to work Roxie through her commands in a formal obedience training session such as this video. It's great practice for the both of you and will help with the transition back home with her commands and her new rules in the house, as well as outside as well. Demonstrating that down again for you. And then this time they'll demonstrate the recall or the come on command from the down position this time.
Roxie, come, good girl.
Good girl. Now we do have one last command to demonstrate for you, and that is our second of our down commands, and that one is the down from a distance. And for this command, what you're going to do is leave Roxie in a sit-stay. And from the end of the leash, you're going to use your right hand to give Roxie the down command, where she should drop into a down right where she's sitting. So we've demonstrated for you today all the obedience commands that Roxie has learned here at school. It's been a pleasure working with Roxie. We ask that you keep us posted on her progress when she returns home, and thank you again for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.